If Canggu was a fruit, it would be an avocado, which might sound like a strange thing to say, and it is. But let me explain. Over the last decade, Bali has become a popular hub for expats and digital nomads, with the coastal town of Canggu often topping lists of the very best places for working remotely. During my month of living here, I was curious to see what Canggu was really like, in terms of cost of living and way of life. Because on paper, it really does look ideal. You've got the beach just down here. You've got beautiful rice terraces all around you. But my main problem with this area is with what lies in between them. As recently as this year, I've heard Canggu being referred to as a hidden gem, which quite honestly could not be further from the truth. We came to Canggu because we expected it to be like Chiang Mai but with a beach. Very livable, affordable, with some nice chilled out cafes and good places to work. But Canggu really isn't that. Just a few years ago, this was a sleepy surfing town, but Canggu today resembles just another touristic area of Bali. A place where traditional food warungs have been replaced by beach bars. A town that's been built up with westernized shops and restaurants. And a volume of traffic on the roads that is pretty insane. It can genuinely end up taking you several hours just to travel a few miles. In fact, the whole town just feels a bit overrun. The coffee shops and restaurants are usually packed full of people. And with all of the surf shops around, you could be forgiven for thinking that you've been transported to the east coast of Australia, with all of its flat whites and, yep, avocado-based meals. I don't know what I expected, but literally everything on this menu has avocados in it. If this area was a fruit, it would be an avocado. It's hip, it's trendy, and it's being over-farmed to extinction. But whereas avocados are being physically picked too much, Canggu is being farmed for likes. There's a real vanity about this place. It's definitely designed for people who want to be seen, which is why it's so popular with influencers and YouTubers and Instagram people. You know, every cafe is designed to have your photo taken in. Every plate of food you get is photogenic and, you know, for the gram. And I know this all sounds rich from a guy who's literally pointing a camera at himself right now, but I'm really not that person. I'm not someone who has to go to a cafe and sit there for 20 minutes getting the perfect photo of myself eating a smoothie bowl. That is people genuinely queuing 20 minutes for a smoothie bowl. Every cafe sells smoothie bowls. But because that's in a blog, crowds. I feel like if they found out how little Instagram followers I have, then I'd probably get kicked out. This area is famous for its beautiful rice fields, which are now very much under threat. This is prime real estate for more hotels, more shops, and more cafes. Nature is fast disappearing from Canggu's landscape. But anyway, let's slice this avocado open and take a look at the cost of living. I had an image in my mind about what living in Bali looked like, and this place definitely fits the bill. Now, I know I've been quite negative about the area in general, but there really are some things I do like about Canggu, and one of those is where we've been living. This is the Villa Embra, which is where we've been living for the past month. It's right off the main road of the Batu Balong area, so let's take a look inside. You've got the walled garden with a private pool, which is very refreshing. Check it out, Instagram pizza. got the open air kitchen and living space. There's 3 bedrooms here, all en suite, and ours is just on the end. Welcome to our room. Obviously, you've got the big double bed in the middle there. And then over to this side, you've got the desk, which is a very nice place to work, nice and peaceful. Over here, you've got this little unit that we put all our clothes in. And at the back here, you've got the massive bathroom. It's actually an open air bathroom, which is very common in Bali. So it's a lot warmer in here than it is in the bedroom. Waking up with this view of the pool and the gardens was really amazing. And the views didn't end there either. One of my favourite things is this ladder that goes onto the roof. Now, some of you may be wondering how much this all costs. And I've got to be honest, it's not exactly cheap. Like most things in Canggu, you are paying a premium. We booked through Airbnb, which is definitely not the most affordable option, but you do get a monthly discount. And just for some context, in Chiang Mai we paid £440 for the month. In Penang we paid £680 for the month. And both of those were big apartment blocks with a much bigger shared pool. But here in Bali, we are paying £750 for a room in what is essentially a house share. Now, it does have its benefits. The pool is definitely more private, but then it is smaller, and we do have to share the kitchen and the living space, which is fine. You know, it works really well. There's only 2 other rooms, so it's definitely not like it's overcrowded. We also get cleaning included almost every day, which is much better than the other 2 places that we stayed. But then again, the other 2 places had a gym as well, so there's definitely pluses and minuses. If you are interested in renting your own Airbnb in Bali, or anywhere else for that matter, you can use my link down in the description below to bag yourself a huge discount off your first booking. And it also gives me a little kickback too, so it helps support the channel. We are only a 1-minute walk from the main street of Batu Belong, so it's easily walkable to shops and restaurants, but generally in Canggu you're going to want to get yourself a scooter because it's very spread out and it's quite limiting unless you do have one. There are plenty of bike rental shops all over the island, and you can most likely find a monthly rental deal on a scooter for around 600,000 rupiah, or even cheaper if you do some bartering. But if it is your first time riding one, I wouldn't choose Bali as a place to learn. Canggu in particular is pretty notorious for scooter accidents, so please be careful and always wear a helmet, even if it doesn't look cool. Aside from the accommodation, another great thing about Bali is the food. And I'm not talking about all of that Western stuff. You need to try the real local food. Traditional warungs offer a buffet-style eating experience where you can fill your plate with as much food as you like for very reasonable prices. You can get a full plate in a Canggu warung for between 30 and 50,000 rupiah. One of the other things that I've been loving about Bali is actually an app called Gojek. You can use it for ordering taxis and, more importantly, getting food delivered. And every restaurant in the area is on there. You can even order coffee from Starbucks if you want it. So I'm just going to use it now to order some lunch. Order. So that is on its way. The delivery is always very fast, and you can always find some really great deals on local food and coffee. Overall, Canggu is a bit of a bubble. It's a place to go if you want to live a thoroughly Western lifestyle with paradise surroundings. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that there's very little integration with the local culture and people, so authentic experiences are relatively non-existent here. I think overall, in conclusion, what I've been trying to say is that Canggu definitely isn't for everyone. It certainly isn't for me, but there is definitely a market for it. I read a comment on YouTube a while back. It was on a film by Josh Edwards, which is one of the best films about Bali that I've seen. You should check it out. And the comment said, Bali is for extroverts. And I can't think of a place on this island that better suits that description than Canggu. Much like avocados, Canggu is not for everyone. Canggu, the avocado of Bali. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time as we explore one of Indonesia's real hidden gems.